breather now from all of the market turmoil and talk about something else, which is that a new breast cancer diagnosis tool has been unveiled, in which its inventor claims has the potential to prevent thousands of deaths and save millions of pounds. Digistain looks for proteins in tumours associated with aggressive cancers and can help medics identify which patients need chemotherapy and which don't. Well, joining me now is Digistain's Chief Executive, Dr. Hemmel Amrania. Dr. Amrania, very good to see you this morning. So we're talking specifically about patients who've already had breast cancer.
That's correct, Ian. Thank you for having me on. So, yes, that's right. Our mission is to eliminate that inequality of care that exists today after a cancer patient has been diagnosed with breast cancer. We spoke to over 1,500 oncologists to find out which clinical questions they struggle with the most. And actually, it's determining which patients can safely forego chemotherapy because, as I'm sure I don't need to tell you, the effects of chemotherapy can be quite stark and quite significant.
Absolutely. But I mean, at the moment, the NHS has quite a laborious process in terms of establishing which patients need to go on and have chemotherapy. Why is that?
Yeah, so this technology, its birthplace was in the NHS. Our research was funded from a department within the NHS. And when I was there, it was striking to me to learn that much of the diagnostics is carried out outside of the UK, actually. So what we're doing here today is bringing that back into the UK with a swift solution so clinicians can get answers to these clinical questions as quickly as possible. But most importantly, it means that the patients are not left there waiting weeks thinking about what kind of treatment they're going to have to be facing.
So I gave a brief explanation of how your diagnostic tool works. Was that a fair summary?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're working biologically downstream, trying to find really robust markers that give us the edge here in the marketplace. And by doing this, we're able to deliver a solution that really turns into something where patients can get answers to these treatment questions far more quickly, far more cost effectively than what's currently possible.
Now, you've carried out a number of studies in partnership with Cancer Research UK, who I think have looked at some of your trials to date. How many more such trials do you need to carry out before you can officially launch this?
So we've actually already launched this outside of the UK. We're working with the NHS today to get adoption wide scale within the UK, but it's currently already available.
And briefly...
Sorry.
I was going to say, you raised $1 million in seed funding a couple of months ago. Have you got the sort of financial firepower you need to launch this commercially? Yeah,
we've launched a lot more than that at a valuation that's a good 8-figure valuation for a company of our age. What's incredible, though, is that even though we're commercially young, we've got about a good 10-year research profile, a very strong research profile, and we're working with oncologists around the globe actually to get this launched outside of the UK as well as in the UK.
All right, Dr. Amrania, good to talk to you this morning. Thanks very much indeed for joining me.
Thank you for having me on. Cheers.